Joe the Bossman Show. We're here with you. We started our basketball coverage this year with my man Chattanooga, Coach Lamont Paris of the Mox out of SoCon. Coach Paris, man, what's good up in the Nougat, man?
JR, man, everything is good here, baby. We just got back from a little trip to the Bahamas. We played in a 3-game deal down there, and the guys went home for a little bit, so we're ready to get the sleeves rolled up and get back to work.
Coach, how was that Bahamas trip for you guys, man? Getting to kind of bond with your guys, the new players, get an early look at the guys you brought in as well. Get the guys come with that camaraderie there a little bit there. So how about you going to a nice Bahamas trip down in that beautiful waters down there of Nassau and then the Bahamas, all that good stuff they got going on down there for you guys?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. That's the biggest part of it. There's two main things to it. They give you 10 extra practices before you go down there, so that's always good for the team. And then the biggest part of it to me is all the just the time they spend together and get to know each other. And, you know, everybody's got a story. And, you know, one guy was acting like a clown and one guy figured out something else about another guy. So that stuff, it ends up showing itself on the basketball court. So those are the main reasons that we did it. Now, we went down there, we played 3 games. We played pretty well also. But that wasn't as big a deal for me as just the extra practices and then the time that we got to spend together down there on the beach.
Yeah, 3-0 on a good foreign trip is always good when you're in a nice Bahamas paradise, so you can't go wrong there, Coach.
Yeah, no, because the worst thing you do though is, you know, the games. I tried not to put too much stock in the actual outcomes of the games because the last thing you want to do is you go down there and then you don't play well, and then you're down there in paradise with a mean mug look on your face because everybody got sour taste. So, but we played pretty well, so that was good. We enjoyed it. We had one day where they had nothing to do but go to the water slide park and the beaches and just to hang out. So it was good.
No doubt. Also, you brought back my man Eddie Shannon, man. He was there on the previous staff before you got there, man. So what is Eddie going to bring to your staff now that he's back with you guys representing the Mox?
Yeah, so it was good. Eddie, you know, one, he's familiar with the program and with the town and with the area. And, you know, just he's got a place still in Atlanta, so he's been really good with just trying to get us in. This is still only our second year, and our whole staff was really from the Midwest. So just to get a guy who's from the South a little bit, lived in the Atlanta area, been down here working for a couple of years, and just to get us involved in the Atlanta area specifically. But so that was good. Eddie was a high-level player too, so he's got a good understanding of not only just the game of basketball, but he does things the right way. He's a pro. And so just the way he goes about his business is the type of way that I want our guys to see how we all do things and try to emulate that. So it was a good move for us.
And, Coach, it's so much new blood or down I-75, man. With you at Chattanooga, you got Amir at Kennesaw State, Rob Lanier down there at Georgia State. You got George Lynch at Clark, Atlanta down there as well. Tom Crean at Georgia. You also got Greg Gary and Mercer. So I feel like I-75 corridor, I mean, a lot of new blood is there. There's a lot of lectures to build and opportunity for you guys to get players because all the coaches are so new around this area now.
Yeah, there's no doubt. A lot of new faces in the area. A lot of new faces. So it just means it's going to be more competitive. You know, with and good coaches, not only new faces, but some good coaches. And so, you know, it'll be real competitive on these grounds down here to get some of these kids because, you know, the talent is thick down here. And, so we're just trying to do our part to get in where we can. We actually are recruiting a couple. I can't say their names because it's an NCAA rule, right? Yeah. But, we got a couple of young guys that we're recruiting from the Atlanta area. And so, we're really excited about them, and you know, it's just a fertile grounds for basketball, and so we're trying to get some of that flavor here. We got one kid from Ackworth, Trey Dooms, transferred here. So, but we're just trying to get into that Georgia area a little bit more.
Coach, kind of read my mind. I want to talk to you about Trey Dooms out of Ackworth up there in Cherokee County, right up the road from the city here. So what is he going to bring to your roster this year, and what did you see in this young man that want to bring him to the Mox program to help you guys out in SoCon this year?
Yeah, a couple of things. One, a couple of things that are of note. One, athletically, he's a big-time athlete, and I mean it in every sense of the way, just as far as the speed goes, quickness, change of direction laterally, which most people don't think about. Normally, when you think athleticism, you think just straight vert, but he's got that too. So I think that's the biggest thing. He can attack the rim, finishes at the rim, goes really aggressively. But the thing to me, he plays so hard, and I think he could be a big-time defender for us too. But those are the areas on the court. But then he's a great kid off the court too. He transferred in here with a really good GPA from his first year at West Virginia, so he did a really good job academically. He's a high-character kid. He's I really like his family. I've got a chance to meet and spend a little time with his mom and dad, and so he's got a good support system. He's a really good kid. He's got great faith. He's a good kid. I'm excited about working with him. Aside from just what he brings to the basketball court, just helping him achieve his goals and his dreams.
And, Coach, where did you and the staff prioritize this summer, Coach, as you call it, that fifth-place finish in SoCon play last year? So I know you do your self-scouting, self-evaluation. So what did you guys kind of prioritize? Say, hey, we want to get better at this going into next season here.
Yeah, well, one thing was we wanted to be older. That was one thing, just more experience. My first year here, we were the number one, the youngest team in the whole country in all of Division I, which was kind of crazy. But then last year, in year two, we had the sixth least experienced team in the country. So this year, the first thing we prioritized, we wanted to get older, and some of that happened because some of our guys are still here and they've gotten older. But then we also brought in some guys that have had experience. They're older and they've had experience. We got Matt Ryan, who's probably the oldest guy. I always joke about his age, but he played 2 years at Notre Dame before transferring to Vanderbilt, sat out a year, then played his third year of eligibility at Vanderbilt. So this will be his fifth year of basketball. We got Ramon Vila is a junior on paper, but he also transferred and sat out, so he's a fourth-year junior. We got a kid, Rod Johnson, out of Madison, Wisconsin, who redshirted because he got hurt last year. He's a fourth-year junior. We got a lot of guys that are just a year older than what they say on paper, and then our normal guys that came back, Dave John Baptiste, right? He's a fourth-year junior. We got another guy that was out of the Denver area, Jonathan Scott, will be a senior for us. So we're older. That was our number one priority, was just to get older and more experience.
You got that right, Coach. Now, I was telling my guys here in the studio, I said, hey, Coach Parrish' team going to be scary because you all are older as with guys you brought in and guys and your homegrown guys you already have on the roster. So in your level of basketball, that's good to have that. Being old at the right time means you get make a good run to that tournament almost, and maybe get some chance to win that tournament when you go to Asheville there.
It's huge. It's huge. I'll tell you, the only people in the country that don't get to say anything about being young is the teams that got 2 and 3 and 4 McDonald's All-Americans, top picks in the lottery. I'm sorry, you don't get to say that you're young. Everybody else in the country that doesn't have those guys being young, it's a big challenge, big time challenge. So, you get mature teams like this. Those are the kind of teams that, like you said, as they get things figured out through the season, they have great chances at the end of the season to make runs, to whether that's in the SoCon tournament, the NCAA tournament. You look at a lot of these teams that get into the NCAA tournament and beat teams. It's because the games get close down the end, and then you've got veterans that are they don't get nervous in the situations. They've already played in games. They're just older kids. So that's a huge advantage. We're looking forward to it. I can't tell you how excited I am about this group and just about where we are now versus where we've come from and all the steps that have been involved in the entire process. I wouldn't have changed any of those, but man, really excited about the group that we have right now.
I heard it in your voice, Coach. I mean, you get me excited. I heard it in your voice how excited you are about this roster. I mean, it's gonna be.
The schedule's out, baby. The schedule's out. So you tell me when you want to come. Right? Let's get that job down. You tell me when you want to come.
You play Tennessee State, my alma mater. I'm about to cheering for y'all though. I guarantee.
That's all I like to hear.
Yeah, I was cheering for y'all, man. I'm saying, TSU. I don't want to go over there no more. I'm going to go you with the Mocs today. I saw the schedule, man. Let's talk about your schedule a little bit there, Coach. I saw it. You got Tennessee, Florida State. You got a home with Troy. Thanksgiving tournament I saw you got going on. So that non-conference schedule you got is great, Coach. And how that schedule works out also works out recruiting for you to help you promote the Mock brand as well, because you're playing high-level schools, different schools, Eastern Kentucky, overseas schools as well. So South Alabama, Coach Riley does a great job down there in Mobile. So you have a great schedule to kind of put that brand out there throughout the South about, hey, we got some brewing here in Chattanooga.
Yeah, for sure. And so I think when it relates to recruiting, it's in two different ways. One, you get local games, right? We got some good local games. and just regional games. So some of these kids that we recruit, they say, hey, man, we're going to play Troy's. We're going to play Tennessee State. We're going to play Tennessee. We're going to play some teams that I'm familiar with around this area. My family can come and see me. But then at the same time, for some of these other guys, the transfer market is so big right now, and we've got some transfers on our team. And some of those guys that have transferred from high-level programs, Big 12, ACC, SEC, some of those guys that play in those leagues, they're used to playing that competition. So when we want to make sure we schedule a couple of those games every year. One, I think is good just because it shows you where you are, right? There's no faking it at that point when you play against those guys. But two, if you're going to be good, you need to be able to beat, or you're going to play in an NCAA tournament, you're going to have to beat teams like that in a tough environment. And I just think it's good for everybody, good for our fans. The kids want to play those games. I want to play those games. I'm never afraid to find out where we are. I like playing those games and challenging yourself. So it's an exciting schedule. I really like the team and I like the schedule too. I think it's exciting for the fans, and it's a good recruiting tool for the guys as we start calling and making recruiting calls.
And Cole, look at the landscape of the state of Tennessee's basketball-wise, and its comments with basketball in general. Chattanooga's in a great little spot. It's nestled in a good spot in Tennessee. You can go to Clarksville to Chattanooga, or I-24 through Nashville. I feel like the Nashville schools, of course, Austin, people can't figure you have, outside of Tennessee and Memphis, are the best locations in Tennessee to actually get a chance to go to school, have an experience in a nice city, and still play ball at a good level to get seen. Because that's my thing. I'm trying to tell kids, Coach. It don't matter where you play at. If you put out that good tape, the scouts are gonna find you.
There's no question. You gotta play, and you gotta play well, and that's what it boils down to. It doesn't mean you gotta score 40. It doesn't mean you gotta try to get your team to win. But if you're out there just doing the right things and playing well, people are gonna see you. People are gonna find you, and that's the same. Whether that's high school guys getting recruited at the collegiate level, or if it's college players that are trying to get a paycheck when they get done to play the game. You gotta have your team do well, and you gotta be an integral part of what's going on. It doesn't mean you gotta score 40. We keep trying. Guys always try to be about a bucket, and that's the quickest way for them to get noticed. But just out there doing the right things, and people know. But the area is really good. The state is really good. It's competitive. Even at the college level, there's a lot of universities here. We got some turnover in the state with Penny at Memphis, and then Vandy, and there's been a lot of some good coaches coming into the state, and so it's just a good time to be around here and to be in chat and just to be in this whole general region.
And it's also good, coaches, no income tax to the sea. It's always good too.
It's always good. It's always
and keep more money in your pocket. Coach, I'm coming up to Chattanooga here real soon. My girl wants to go to the aquarium, so I'm going to hit you and Eddie up. Say, y'all, okay. I'm coming one weekend. I just don't know when. I'm believing I'm coming.
Sure. Hey, you can't. You ever been to the aquarium? Have you taken her to the aquarium?
Never been, man. Never been.
Okay, you'll be in her good graces. I'm telling you, you come up here, that'd be a good thing for you. Come up here. You take her to the aquarium, she'll like you even more if that's possible. So,
hey, I hope so.
Make
man.
sure
I'm
you
trying.
Make sure you swing by if you do.
Yes, indeed. I'm coming up there one weekend, Coach. I don't quite know yet, but she won't go to the aquarium. I want to go to the Chattanooga Aquarium. I'm gonna see the Lookout Mountain. I said, Phil, we'll do that. I don't mind. If it makes you happy, we'll do it.
That's right. Yeah, and you make a little pit stop over here at McKenzie Arena too.
Yeah, come over there on McCallie. I still know how to get there. I still know the way over
there. That's right.
there.
You do. You got it right. It's on auto. You put it on autopilot.
Yes, indeed. Coach, man, good to catch up with you, man. Like I said, you're my first of the year, Coach. You're my first guy that y'all talking to is you, man. So
that's great.
You the man.
Hopefully we set the bar high. JR. Hopefully we set it high.
Hey, man, your energy is off the charts, Coach. No, they can't match your energy, man. They're going to be way below the bar. You be the man all year long. Set the standard. Coach Paris is the standard for this show this year. You don't bring his energy, you ain't bringing it.
I like that.
Hey, Coach,
all
thank
right,
you for your time, brother. Be easy, brother.
No problem. Absolutely. Right. And make sure you give me a holler when you get into the chat, okay?
We'll do, Coach.
Okay. All right, my man. We'll see you.
No doubt. Folks, it's like Lamont Paris. You're on the Bossman Show, people.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, Great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
I was back here on Gerald the Bossman show, joined by the Hampton Pirates head coach Robert Prunty with me here. Coach, what's going on up there in Hampton, man? About the beautiful beaches you all have up there.
It's hot, man, hot and humid, but God got us alive, so it's good, man. It's just hot and humid, but once again, man, just want to thank you guys for letting me be on your show, man. Just very happy, to be on you guys' show.
Coach, we got to have you as well, Coach. I told you off there, man, we specialize in giving our HBCU coaches a platform, and been a grad myself, so I know how it is to be HBCU head coach and HBCU player, and the experience for HBCU student athlete is. So I definitely want to give you all a platform to pitch, because I feel like our young black men here in Atlanta and beyond can still go to HBCU school and be successful, because you all are showing us the way, because you all been in our shoes already, and he'll give us a leg up, just jump into this world to become husbands, fathers, and businessmen down the road here.
Oh, I totally agree. I think that for me, I went to Hampton for 2 years, and I went to Alabama A&M. I think that going to HBCU not only did it make me more aware of my life, my surroundings, and just who I was socially, but also the special attention that the professors gave me. And they took time and let me know that so many people were depending on me in life for me to be successful while I was at the university. So they instilled in me to take advantage of having the opportunity to go to a HBCU.
Yes, indeed. And Coach, talk about a little bit some more about that, Coach. You was in year one, transition year, 7-3. Now you're in the Big South Conference now. So just talk about last year for 1 second. How did you feel about last year being an independent, playing all those different games that you played? Obviously, you played TASU, but that game got counted as well. But this year, first year, you've been independent in the FCS, and you win 7 games and put Hampton kind of on the map and say, hey, we're here. We're not going nowhere.
Well, first of all, I got to give credit to the assistant coaches and the players. I just play what's on the schedule. Come out there and work hard, and I take each day at a time, man. I just thank God that we had some success. But, once again, we just got to keep building day by day. I was telling the young men today, just like laying bricks in the foundation of a house, we just got to take our time and lay the bricks down the right way so they can sustain when we run into tough times.
Yes, indeed. And, Coach, going into year 2 here for you at Hampton as the head man here, What you know the big difference in your program has been from year one to year two, as you've seen as we talk here today, Coach?
I think that, the culture, they're starting to understand what I would like to get out of them as far as, first of all, our strength and conditioning program, along with our offensive and defensive philosophies and the special team philosophy. I think, having that little more experience, they can grasp our systems better.
Yes, indeed. And also over this summer, Coach, as you guys went through workouts and over the spring and summer here, as you head into the fall camp and get ready for August 31st, so you're coming up here in a hurry. What did you prioritize with the guys for us technique-wise on all sides of the ball, and also getting guys more stronger, kind of get their mental a little bit better about the game? So how did you try to get the guys when you working them out there, some of to see the game a different way from how you want to have it going for your culture here going forward?
Well, what we did, my first thing was to sit down and meet with the strength coach and come up with a good plan that could, not only, strength and conditioning, but also nutritionist plan, because that's vital. You can lift all the weights you want, but if you're not eating properly and you're not getting enough protein, you're not hydrating properly, and that can tear the body down with those connective tissues and skeletal tissues. So you want to make sure you're constantly building muscles. But, a lot of times I tell the players, remember that the body is 70% water. The brain is 89% water. So you have to make sure you're hydrated. And then that's very important. And then the next thing we did was we watched a lot of film. We had our guys volunteered and came in. We've been watching film on our first four opponents, and I think that they starting to understand. Then they went back and watched last year's film of us. So the best thing you can do that I think in football is continue to stick with fundamentals and technique, but you have to be a film junkie.
You have to be, because you have to study your opponents, because everybody's trying to get better each day. So if you're not trying to get better at least 1% each day, you're already losing the battle already, Coach, if you're not doing that.
I totally agree with you.
Because I'll tell you what, I try to tell kids I talk to, Coach, I go do programs with them, I try to do the workshops. Hey, no matter if we're doing radio, business, accounting, film, you have to study up on your craft. You can't just let it pass you by, because each day somebody's trying to come up with something new. You have to be on top of all the new trends, whether it be the RPOs in the college football game, or running a different kind of defense, whether it be cover 2 or the combo man here, comes cover 7, whatever they're running, you have to be on top of it. So you can, when you see it in the game, you say, okay, I've seen some film before, I know what this is. I know how to adjust my route to get this first down here, not get knocked over the middle of our linebacker. So I feel like the guys have to really take that serious. That mental part of the game, that film part of the game is so key to winning each game out here on Saturday and Sundays here.
Oh, I totally agree. I think the biggest thing, you got to look out for that enemy called complacency. When you get complacency,
right.
I've seen corporations, organizations, and especially teams, in all sports, fall down because they become complacency. You have to make work hate you. And when I say that, that means that you have to be the one that go out there. You got to grind. And it's like the players say, I love that little quote they got, grind till you shine. So grinding to me, and based on talking to them, is working hard. Just making work hate you, being the best, being the first guy to last to lead, going the extra mile. Those little small things. You take care of the little things, and the big things will take care of themselves.
You got that right, Coach. And who are some guys, Coach, you've identified offensive, defensive, special teams wise, who's going to really play key roles for you guys? For our listeners kind of know who to look for, because I know y'all play Kennesaw State, which is right after the road from here. So who are some guys listeners to really watch out for on your roster this year that's going to really shine for you and play a big role for you guys in all different phases of the game here? I think the first guy that stands out is DeAndre Francois, the quarterback from Florida State, who transferred to us. And we're very fortunate to have him. This guy has proven. He won the Orange Bowl against Michigan. He was ACC Rookie of the Year, along with, of course, having a good game against Alabama, which he got injured the first drive. He went down in the first. He was 7-8 for a touchdown on the first drive. And, Alabama had the number one defense then. And so, our team started and go with DeAndre. And then in the backfield, we got Shy McKenzie, transfer. He just received a 6-year from Virginia Tech. We're glad to have him. And Shy's healthy. He wasn't healthy last year. And then we got a couple of other backs in the backfield. Will Robinson returned. He rushed for over 800 yards last year. So we're glad to have him. And then up front we got Malik Mackey. He's an Atlanta guy. We're glad to have him. He's about 6'8", 320 pounds. And we have Ragland,
glad to have him, a young guy who didn't play last year. And he got his grades right, and he's 6'5", 330. And we got G. Garrard, who's son of the first team all-conference kid he's from the Atlanta area. And I feel good about those guys. And of course, we have a dynamic receiver corps. We have Ronald Bell returning. He's an all-conference guy, along with a transfer from Wake Forest named, the guy we're very fortunate to have, Cortez Lewis from the state of Alabama. He started in the ACC with Wake Forest. He just got here. And we have a Marcel Paul, transferred from Cincinnati, big receiver, 6'3". And we have Alex Dana from Utah. He's 6'2", another receiver. So we have a core of great receivers on the offensive side of the ball. I feel very confident about our offense. And that tight end, of course, we got Jared Powell and James Stanley and Damian Wilcox, who's also from Atlanta.
Oh, wow. So you got a lot of guys from down here, man. So you almost recruit down here a lot, then I'm hearing.
Man, I love the ATL.
I hear it. I like it, man. Hey, it's like the ATL North up there in Hampton, man. I see it. I see the vision.
Yeah, the ATL, I'm telling you now, the ATL put out players. And that, we call it the red clay. That Georgia, they play down in Georgia now. I mean, you start recruiting and look at even the SEC. You start looking at where the players are coming from. Georgia produces. The state of Georgia produces.
Oh yeah, and I agree with you, Coach. And you kind of led me to my next point here about ATL. I know you want to keep guys home in Virginia, but Hampton's a national brand, and I feel like I'm hearing you getting guys from Wake Forest, Cincinnati, getting guys from Atlanta as well. So I feel like Hampton has a national brand too. You can get guys from all over who wants to come join a HBCU program. And there used to be unanimous in the Big South now as well. So, and also having Atlanta factories is you play Kennesaw State, which is right here up the road here, so you can get guys back home every other year too if you start getting them as a freshman or as a junior as well. So I feel like you can do it either way, Coach. And you guys, that kind of how you picture yourself having a national brand. I can get people in Virginia too, but I also get people from Atlanta, Cincinnati, whoever I want to get because we're Hampton and it's known nationally.
Yeah, but let me clear this up. Our bloodline is the 757. We're in the 757. You're talking about guys down here like, from Michael, Victor, Angelo Hall, Ronald Kerr. I mean, we got players down here. I mean, we've been producing, so I can tell you now, over 60% of my team are from the state of Virginia.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's just home. We're gonna recruit the 757. That's our bloodline.
Gotcha. There's some players in that area too. I know some ballers up there, especially also you ain't that far from DC, DMV area too. So I know that area is filled with players. I know you're probably competing with Coach Prince, who you're seeing in the Chicago Classic up there real soon here for probably some of the same guys he wants to that you getting them as well.
Exactly. And once again, Coach Prince has been around when I was at Texas Tech. He was at Rutgers then, I think, and he's been the head coach at Kansas State. I think anytime, man, you get the role of a head coach, you get a chance to impact young men's lives, and it's just a blessing from God to be able to lead these young men.
You got that right, Coach. I want to get to your schedule. I got to kind of mention the Chicago Football Classic against Howard there. You got to play Liberty as well with Hugh Freeze, Elizabeth State at home, Virginia Union at home, and Virginia University of Lynchburg also as well. So get to play these games, Coach. What do they do for the Hampton brand as well, getting to play teams like the Chicago Classic against Howard, of course, Liberty, who's up and coming as well, and, of course, the teams right there that are in your backyard at home as well.
I think it's great. I mean, you can never, ever, no matter what conference you go to, whether it be the Big South, whatever conference, we go back. Virginia Union, that's CIAA. Mm-hmm. That's back when I played. So, and I mean, that's HBCU at its best. Then you got Elizabeth City. You always want to keep those games. And then you talk about Howard. Man, that thing go back almost 100 years. So, I mean, that's the battle of the real HUs. And then having it in Chicago, it just add excitement to it. And then you go right up the road on 8-1 and you go to Liberty. When Liberty having Hugh Freeze come there, he beat Alabama like 4 out of 5 times. He's decorated coach from Ole Miss. And then that's going to be exciting. And of course, you continue to play, you got to have a few teams. You look at Alabama last year, I think they played, who was it? Was it Citadel or one of those teams they played last year? You gotta have some teams you know, but you also got to have you got to have a competitive conference schedule. We do. You do. You start talking about Kennesaw State. I mean, those guys been in the playoff off and on. You start talking about Mumba, then Charleston Southern, then Campbell. I mean, it gets tough now.
Yeah, the Big South, man. You know, it's a talented conference, man. Those 7 games you gotta play are all toughies. There's no easy ones out there.
No, it's not, and I like it that way because you know we're going to play whoever's on the schedule. I mean, it doesn't matter. At the end of the year, I promise you, you can lose to Virginia Lynchburg or you can lose to North Alabama. All of them going to be the same. We got to beat everybody on that schedule.
Got that right. That's what I got for you, Coach. Now, this time of year, I know you're a very busy man, so with the camps and games coming up here, what is your typical day like, Coach, when you get in the office? It's like a 18-hour day, 12-hour day. What's your days like, man?
Well, you know, first thing, I get up, man, I try to go straight to my knees and start praying. And then I, go downstairs, I like to, and this time I try to drink a shake. I don't try to put no food on my stomach because it's hot before you go to practice. Then I get in there, get me a workout. Then we have a staff meeting. After the staff meeting, we're on the field at 8:20, and we leave the field about around 10:45. And then we go eat, come back, and we watch film from 1:30 to 3 o'clock. And then we meet with the players at 3 to go over films. And then once we meet with them from about 3 to 5:30, from 3 to 4:30, then they go and go eat, and then we go eat dinner, and then they come back for a walkthrough. And that walkthrough go from 6 to 7 for an hour. We're allowed an hour walkthrough, and then they leave, and that's when we go back and start planning for the next day. So, and the lights out at 10 o'clock, and I'm an old school guy. I believe in curfew at 10 o'clock, because we're in camp, and we have curfew at 10 o'clock.
I hear that now. Hey, that's a full day right there, Coach. Well, Coach, I'm definitely proud to get to talk to you. I'm definitely glad you're on the show here. Yeah, Coach, I'm telling you, if you need anything from me in this show, like I said, I love HBCUs. I love HBCU, Coach. I'll give y'all a platform. Feel free to hit me up or hit up Jim. He'll hit me up, and we'll get you on, man, anytime, Coach. I'm telling you, I'll do it anytime. I'll do it for you.
No, listen, I appreciate you because you're one of the most – I've been at Texas Tech. I was the defensive coordinator at Cincinnati, and I've been at East Carolina. I've been on ESPN. I've spoken with a lot of not only TV but radio interviews. And I did a lot of. You're one of the most professional interviewers. This is one of the most professional interviews I ever had. You do a great job, and I want to tell you I'm proud of you. Okay.
Thank you so much, Coach. That means a lot coming from you. I try to do that every time, Coach. I try to have a conversation with you guys. I try to be prepared and make your program look good as I possibly can when you're on air with me.
I appreciate you, and God bless y'all, okay?
Thank you, Coach. Thank you so much, sir. You have a great day. We'll talk to you real soon now.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Album is available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
I was making John the Bossman show, our friend the show on with us here. One of my guys, man, I've been following at Mississippi State. Name's Simo, Cape Girardeau, my man OVC, Coach Rick Ray. Coach, how things with you, my good brother?
Everything is well. We got a head count. We started school today. We had a team meeting yesterday, and then we got 15 players, and that's what we were supposed to have. So the most important thing is always starting off with that head count.
You got that right, Coach. And you're going to year 5 here, leading the Red Hawks, Coach. So for you, man, what do you feel like it's been a great accomplishment at SEMO so far in your 5 years, man, leading this program?
Well, I tell you what, the big thing that I think we've accomplished is just, everybody talks about that word culture. And I finally think that we've got some guys in our program that are returning, that are used to doing the things the way we want them to be done. I think any team at our level, the so-called mid-major level, low-major level, if you're going to be good, you're going to be good because you have some established guys in your program that are veterans that know how to do things the right way. So if you want to make some noise in the season and NCAA tournament, it usually happens because you got some wily veterans on your team that just know how to play basketball and know how to go about their business the right way.
Got that right, Coach. And so this offseason, what do you start prioritize for your guys as you got a year older when you did your self-evaluation through workouts in the spring and the summertime here as we get ready for fall practice here up here real soon?
Yeah, I think you got to be really careful now with the way you treat the off season. If you look at what's going on, I'm sure you had a chance to be privy to that article that talked about the kids coming into the NBA or ticking time bombs that's coming in from college. And I think what we're doing, we're really overworking our guys, and especially when you're talking about guys with size, your 6'9" guys, your 6'8" guys that are still growing into their bodies when they're 18 and 19 years old. I think you got to be really careful about overworking your guys. So, I know my staff is really always gung-ho about coming in and getting them tough and getting them in shape in the summertime. And I always check my calendar. I was like, man, I don't think we have any games in July. I'll double check, but I don't think we have any games. So why do we need to be in shape in July? Why do we need to be tough in July? We'll take care of that in the fall when they come back. So I think you got to be really cognizant of not overworking your guys and understanding it truly is a marathon and not a sprint, because basketball is really the only sport that goes across 2 semesters. So we want to get our guys bigger, stronger, and faster in the off season. And more importantly, the off season to me is about their ability to be able to make shots.
You got that right, because if you can't make a shot, you can't win a game. You can defend like crazy. If you can't put the ball in that circle, you ain't gonna win no games.
Oh, I tell you what, I mean, it's really simple. It's called basketball. You're supposed to put the ball in the basket.
Hey,
to me, that's the most important thing, is being able to shoot the ball.
Now, Coach, who are some guys over the summer who you would say really improved a lot that we should expect some bigger things from this year that we didn't see so much last year?
Well, I tell you what, the guy that I thought had the best offseason, both on and off the court for us, is Isaiah Gable. And that's the way it really should be. He's the guy that's going to be coming back with the most experience on our team as a returning junior. And he's in that critical position now that's become so important. I don't care which level of basketball you play, having a so-called skilled forward, a guy that really stretches the defense and has the ability to make plays from the perimeter, and also be able to put you in a bind and pick and pop situations off the ball screen has become so important now. And I think Isaiah Gable is that guy that's really had a big-time offseason for us. He's really transformed his body in the weight room. He's really dedicated himself to, like, eating right and making sure he puts on pounds. So I really expect a big year from him, and we need that big year from him. And then we've got a couple freshmen that are coming back in our program, like Nigel Russell and Alex Caldwell. And the biggest jump that you usually make in your college career is the first off season after playing Division I college basketball, because now you know what it takes in order to be good. And so now you have that focus of the off season. But I think the biggest guy that's going to make an impact on our team is a 4-4 transfer for us, Quatarius Wilson, who's a transfer from McNeese State that averaged a double-double at McNeese State.
Wow.
So, yeah, he's a guy for us that we're expecting big things from.
And also, you got a guy from my backyard here in DQ, man. And how's he gonna do for you this year?
I've been in this business 25 years, and he, at the end of the summer, first person ever to thank me for giving him an opportunity and pushing him and doing the things that we were doing for him. And that young man walked out of my office, and I said, "We got a chance."
Yes, indeed.
We got a chance. You know, he had an unbelievable, summer. In 8 weeks, he put on 10 pounds of muscle. He's always in the gym. He's just so hungry. He comes from that Stackhouse Elite program, and those guys really did a good job of working with him when we didn't have him. So I just think, I said, I don't know who's going to play and who's not going to play, but I can guarantee you this, DQ is going to be in the mix because of how hard he plays and what he did for himself off season with his weight and his attack in the weight room.
And, Coach, I look at the landscape of college basketball in general in the state of Missouri. I feel like you have an established brand there. I said you're on the rise. I can tell it and Jeff off there. Y'all going to be really good this year in my mind. So as you go out and recruit this program, pitch this program to people, knowing your track record wherever you've been in all your career here, I feel like you have a chance to really push this brand of SEMO basketball to a higher level because of what you're about, how hard you work, and just in general because it's a great place to be. Cape Girardeau, a good college town, good education, a good coach, and a good conference. And I can tell kids all the time, Coach, if you put out good film, the scouts will find you.
Yeah, well, I think that goes without saying. If you look at what just happened here in the OVC in the past NBA draft, we had two guys, not one, two guys go in the first round of the NBA draft. And we're not talking about guys that went just late in the first round. We had a guy that was a second pick in John Morant from Murray State. And then you also had Dylan Windler from Belmont that went in the first round. So that's one thing now when we pick up the phone and we talk to guys about hey, guys in the OVC are matriculating into the NBA. And then when you have your own product like Antonius Cleveland, who just signed another two-way contract with the Dallas Mavericks that we had an opportunity to groom in our own program, the proof is in the pudding that we're actually not just Southeast Missouri State, but the whole entirety of the OVC are moving guys on and having productive, big-time careers in the NBA.
You got that right, Coach. Like I said, basketball is basketball. If you can play, they're going to find you. And speaking of Antonius Cleveland, I feel like it's good for your program as well because it shows you can develop players and develop pros. And that's good. It's also a great pitch to kids as well. Now, I tell people about your programs, hey, Coach Ray's a great coach. I know him personally. He's a guy you can play for. I tell guys all the time here, if you can, all about the Georgia schools. Look around, and hopefully that y'all see you and we play well. They can come bring you up and help them out because I feel like DQ's a great example of a guy who's from here went to play for you guys. I'll tell some guys hey, look at this guy. He's going to be playing in the OVC on a great coach. So, Coach, I feel like your program is primed for success because of what you got going on and just the instant brand of SEMO basketball, period.
Well, and I tell you this, I think when it's all said and done, we always talk about guys, hey, we're going to give you the template of how to be successful. But with all the rules that the NCAA has as far as what we can do with you in the off season, we always approach it like this. First of all, we don't want to recruit anybody who doesn't have aspirations of moving on and playing professional basketball in some way, shape, or level. That's the first thing. But now, in trying to reach that goal, make sure that you leave here with a meaningful degree and also be educated. But if you really want to have that goal of being a professional basketball player at some level, you have to make sure that when it's all said and done, that you're working on your own individual game. We say, like, hey, what we do on the court is like class. And so if you want to get an A in that class, you better do some homework. And that homework is you taking that what we're teaching you on that court and doing it on your own.
Mm-hmm. You got that right, Coach. And also, Coach, I saw you got a couple new coaches on staff. And what are those guys been bringing to the staff so far this spring and summer for you?
Well, I tell you what, Terrence Crump was, and you remember this, was a good player for us, a point guard at Purdue when I was there underneath Matt Painter. And he's had extensive experience. He's been with Conzo Martin at stops at Tennessee and at Cal in an administrative role, and really did a good job of establishing some recruiting roots when he was at SIU Edwardsville. So we were really thrilled to get him over here. You know, anytime you have somebody that's played big-time Division I college basketball at a Purdue, it automatically the guys respect that. And so he's really commanded respect from our guys right away because of that reason. And then the other guys we got in our program now is Jack Owens, and he's a guy, man, that's done an unbelievable job of coming in for us. And just like, he's a grinder. He's a guy that's from Detroit, Michigan. He's worked over in Moberly, Missouri, junior college with Pat Smith. Was actually over at Pitt State with Kim Anderson, the former Mizzou coach, and just a guy that's grinded. And when it's all said and done, just an unbelievable person. And we as coaches, at the end of the day, we're mentors, so we've got to make sure that we're doing things the right way. And he's a prime example of, like, hey, if you live your life this way, then just follow him. Follow Coach Owens, and you're going to be all right.
Well, Coach, looking forward to your schedule coming. I was like, no way I can go and see you guys play, man. I hope you guys play some teams close to me, man. So I come see you guys play, man. I'm hoping it's something real good you got for us when they list that schedule out here real soon.
Well, I appreciate that. We got one more game that we're trying to get done, a non-Division I game. And once we get that locked in, hopefully that'll be this week, we can get that schedule out next week.
Yes, and Coach Ray, I'll tell you, thanks for your time. Thanks for your friendship, first of all, and supporting me in the show, man. And I hope you all success this year, man. You one of the first guys I want to talk to this year when I get out my coach was you, man. So I want to make sure I got you on first this year. And you are one of the first guys to talk to this year. College basketball-wise, Coach, you my guy, man. Y'all have my back, and I appreciate you so much, Coach.
Well, I appreciate you having me on, JR. You know this, man. Anytime we can do anything for you and your program, just let us know.
We'll do, Coach Ray. Hey, be easy, buddy. Talk to you real soon now.
All right, take care now.
All right, it's Rick Ray, people, on the Bossman Show.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our Teen Driver Safety Program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consultant, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. www.academicsandathleticconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
All right, folks, back in the Bossman Show on the air with my buddy Dana Ford, Missouri State Bears head coach. What's up, Coach? How you doing, brother?
Good, boss man. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Well, Coach, I want to catch up with you. Basketball season right around the corner. So I want to ask you, how was your summer workout situation with your guys, man? How did everybody kind of blend in with you in year two here going forward?
Well, boss, it was a good summer for us. We feel like we made strides in some areas, in particular with individual improvement. We had guys that we wanted to add some things to their game, and we really think that we started to do that, and the summer for us is not over yet. And we've been working since we got back in class on Sunday, and we're going to continue to work all the way through the fall, and we're going to start to piece together our team in terms of how we're going to play, how we're going to defend. But I think for the most part, we had a very productive summer.
And, Coach, speak to I saw you added a lot of guys this offseason that you added. You got some good guys locally as well. So talk about the guys who you added and what you expect them to bring to your roster as you kind of piece it all together here in the fall, heading into October here real soon.
Absolutely. Well, we start with our two Division I transfers that set out last year, Tyreek Dixon and Josh Hall. Both have played in the NCAA tournament, won games in the NCAA tournament, and been starters and very influential role players on those teams. Those guys know how our system is. We're expecting major contributions from them this year, and we were able to sign the second-ranked junior college player in the country, Gage Prim, who is the number one big man in the country coming out of junior college. So we're excited about the addition of Gage. He averaged about 26 and 12 last year, and he'll be an anchor for us. And then we've got a nice group of freshmen, a couple of local kids, and also a kid from Charlotte. Ford Cooper was a four-star player that reclassified from the 2020 class to the 2019. Just a true point guard with good size. Isaiah Mosley and Javonte Black were teammates on state championship team here in Missouri. Both guys are tremendous scorers, got tremendous size for their position. And then Ty Freeman was a local four-star player here that we were able to land the day that we got the job. And then I think the last player on our team is fifth-year transfer Lamont West, who'll be a new addition, averaged 13 points a game and led West Virginia in scoring. So we feel like we've got a nice crop of newcomers to mix with our returners who, Keandre Cook and Tulio Da Silva were all MVC performers last year. So we feel like we got a pretty talented bunch.
And Tulio went to try to get the NBA draft, kind of tested the waters and came back. So I know you're happy you got him back to help you out this year for sure.
Well, we're definitely better with him. I do hope he makes it to the NBA, but we're a little bit thankful around here that it's going to take one more year.
Yes, indeed. Then, Coach, speaking of returners on your roster, who are those guys really this summer in the spring has really showed you some new things in their games, you answer their games, looking forward to say, hey, come October, we unleash this roster. Who we got something for you now. These guys we got right here.
Well, I think Jared Ritter's a guy who's going to make tremendous strides from one season to the next. By far the best shooter on our team, and would probably be the best shooter on a lot of teams. Struggled last year. He only played half the season due to transfer eligibility rules with the NCAA, and then also the style of play last year was not one that was fitting for his game. So we'll play faster this year and allow for him to shake loose and hopefully be a threat from three. And then also Kabir Muhammad was a junkyard dog type of guy for us, and he's got to embrace that even more. And so playing him at multiple positions. And then I think finally one of our returners that could help us is Darian Scott with his length around the rim.
You got there right, Coach. And I know what your defense is number one with you. You want guys to defend like crazy. If they don't defend, they don't play. I know that about you. I know that about you first and foremost. So defensively, as you get ready for this season, how you already make team newcomers know if you don't defend, you're not going to play. And we have to defend first, then score secondly to win these games in the Valley and our conference as well.
Well, I think that we've made it clear that our goal is to be an elite defensive team. And the only way to be an elite defensive team is to have guys who are bought into defending. And I think this year our numbers will improve because of the fact now that we can go deep into our bench. And when guys don't perform at the level they should defensively, unfortunately for them, they're going to have to take a seat. So I think that having more competition by position will help with our defensive effort because it's got to be a lot better than what it was last year.
You got there right, Coach. And I also wanted to commend you on your roster because look at the landscape of your roster. You've got national guys and you got guys right in Missouri. So I feel like you're building a brand in Missouri. It's the Missouri State's where you can come and play in the Valley, a great mid-major conference, get what you want to get done, show your stuff. And if Tulio even, if you put out good tape, the eye and the sky don't lie. A scout will find you if you can accomplish it at Missouri State as well under a great coach like yourself, Coach.
For sure. And, we want to start at home. We've got two Springfield guys and Jared Ritter and Tyon Freeman. And then we've got some in-state guys with Isaiah Mosley and Javante Black. And then after that, we try to go get the best players we can from wherever we can find them. And we've got guys as far as Brazil with Tulio. And like I said, right around the corner in Ty Freeman. So nowhere's too far and nowhere's too close.
You got there right, Coach. You had so much a mix of newcomers and returners. So how are you going about building that camaraderie and also building your culture in year two to get guys to buy into the team being as one and your culture too?
Well, I think, one of the on-court non-negotiables this year was just being together and doing what's best for the team. And anytime we feel like we see a guy that's not bought into that, then we won't hesitate in trying to get that person off the floor because consequently they'll probably be hurting the team. So we just emphasize togetherness and try to play the game in what we call the right way. And basketball is a team game, and we don't want anyone making it about themselves, whether that be on the floor or off the floor. But again, these are 18 to 22-year-olds, and sometimes you got to kind of coach them up to that. And I think we got a good coachable group of guys that try to do what you ask. And I think that a lot of those things will take care of itself just by the nature of kids that we have.
And I saw the games in the Valley, Coach. See the Charleston Classic, a great classic you played in. Miami's your first game there. You got 3 road games against Xavier, LSU, and VCU. Always tough road games. And a game against Murray State, the team you know very well. Coach Matt McMahon, Murray State coming to you plays in Springfield. So non-conference skills, you're testing your guys, I see, real tough off the rip.
Yeah, I mean, our league is going to be tough. So we've got to figure out who we have prior to January. And I think that we will definitely know who we are after the third week of December heading into Christmas. And no matter what our record will be, there will not be any secret or any misrepresentation of who we are. And, our goal is to win 3 games in our conference tournament and hopefully stay off of that 16-15 line in the NCAA tournament, maybe sneak up to a 12, 13, or 14 and have a chance to advance.
And, Coach, how's the family doing, man? I miss your family. You have a great family. How your family doing, Coach?
Well, thanks for asking. And they're doing great. My wife, Christina, is still the CEO of our nonprofit foundation. And then our oldest son is now a junior. And then we've got a middle son who's a first grader. Our daughter is in pre-K. And then our 1-year-old Crane, who was born here in Springfield, is still home every day. And everybody's healthy and happy. And Springfield's a great place to raise a family. So for the most part, our family's doing well.
Yeah, Coach, I still miss you, man. I know you had to do what you had to do, but I still miss you. I miss coming by and seeing the office all the time.
I miss you too, man. And I miss my previous stop. There's a lot of great people there, as we always talk about, a lot of great alums. And it'll be a place that's always near and dear to our hearts.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time, buddy. We'll talk to you real soon, my man.
Okay, boss. I appreciate you, buddy.
All right now.
Okay. See ya.
See ya.